This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome everyone to the home of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, the offense starts in the shadow of its own end zone. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a good game. Let's take a second to think about it. Why? The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers or go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, and they went out.
Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own. Turning it on. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Rainbow Warriors can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out route. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Rainbow Warriors will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On the option. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll take it himself. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hawaii.
And And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy. Much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. A little screen to the running back. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Breaks into the open. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. He's got 59 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Lost to fire on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle, it's Jackson. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Florida State was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen in Tallahassee over the years. A win, yes, but this one lacked style points. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Bringing the heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. And now on second down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Complete. Sweet cut there. Pulled down for the tackle.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a three-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. When you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
And the Rainbow Warriors will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
They'll give it to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Red Raiders come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. He'll keep it on the sneak. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. He'll pull it on the read. Jukes his way for more.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Harris. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Rainbow Warriors now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Punts it out of the air. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Harris. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Steps away to find some room. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe away the touchdown. One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback keeps it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they corral him at the 2-yard line. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Lubbock.
The Red Raiders will boot it away to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, and the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
With the catch, it's Harris. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric, trying to help Tech on this 3rd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. And the Rainbow Warriors will try to pin them back with the punt. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They'll run the RPO and point right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. The quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat.
There he goes. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And the Red Raiders want to pick up the tempo.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides in the back and leaves it. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. The Red Raiders come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying to move the sticks with read option right. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. Gives it on the option. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. Absolutely perfect. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Pulls it in. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Leaves it with the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Quarterback keeper. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Making side adjustments here. He'll start this drive firing. He wants to take the top off. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Warriors! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Red Raiders will call on their punt team. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. He'll field the punt. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he'll be stopped for no gain on the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Finds his man. It's Nakua. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting.
Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them.
Just keeps moving. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Got it behind the line. It's Spencer. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
He'll keep it himself. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Red Raiders come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Fakes to grab. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Red Raiders line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch at the 30. He's got great speed, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation, it's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the shotgun, the inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game, late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
Probably need to pick up a few yards. From here, it would be a 62-yard attempt. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete on the right side. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Getting everybody to the line and set. Got to spike it, stop the clock, and get the field goal unit on. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The Rainbow Warriors can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Never a doubt. Celebration is wild on the sidelines as they've taken the lead in the final seconds.
You can't say enough about this kid's poise. You're playing on the road. The crowd's going crazy, willing you to miss this kick, but he stayed dialed in, puts it through the upright, David, to give his team the lead here late.
It's crazy because it's nerve-wracking. You put your body on the line for so long, and then it comes down to a kick. And he has to be clutch in a hostile environment, and he comes through for his squad.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams